even deeper though.
Yeah.
If you
not
can
the
imagine, if you can
college
imagine
version of that, the adult world of that.
Well, the Alex Jones claim
you graduated.
He's claiming that really important world matters are convened on and formulated at the Bohemian Grove. I see it as more of just like this, like kind of like psycho release of consciousness, of guilt, of like, yeah, we did all these really bad things all over the world.
Hell, I don't even know that they have guilt, but
you're right.
A lot of those people
right.
are sociopaths and psychopaths, and yeah, they don't have any empathy.
What, like our current president?
Yeah, he's definitely grandiose narcissistic disorder or something of the like.
Oh, yes, he does.
Well, I don't know. They might have a conscience, just like the lady who came out and said Emmett Till didn't do anything but whistle.
What?
And she's like 97 now.
Hey, hold on, stop. Time out. What did you just say?
You gotta explain who Emmett Till is first.
Yeah.
Emmett Till is the African.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, African American. What was this? 1940, 30, something like 30s, that. Yeah, 1930s. Anyway, but anyway, and they beat him, and I don't want to get into Emmett Till, but anyway, the Emmett Till really gets to me. But the lady came out and said he never did any of that to her. That she accused him of doing, and why they went ahead and but she's like 97 now, and she was like on her deathbed, and she's like, oh, by the way,
so she was part of some conspiracy.
No,
she just basically accused him of assault, and then like he got killed over it, and then she's on her deathbed and
recanted and said he never did anything.
He just but
never said anything about what her motivations were for doing it.
What do you mean? It was the 30s and 40s. I mean, you know how many white ladies said, "Oh,
yeah," but what was she covering up? What was she hiding?
What do you mean?
What was her motivation for calling someone out and lying? Other than the fact that the dude was black.
That was enough.
That was it.
I mean, have you know how many this? I wish I could go back. Oh man, this is a short story about like a 7-year-old or whatever, and he got the electric chair or something, and it's because
in the United States.
Yeah, you got man. I would play it for you.
Was that the video? So little kid was like in South Carolina or something.
Yeah, like yeah. And
he was on trial, and it's like they came back like 30 minutes later and was guilty and sentenced him to death.
And then
he was a little kid.
Came out that he never did anything, wasn't even there. He just saw it or something like that. So yeah, being black is enough. Let me tell you.
He was the youngest person ever executed in the United States.
Right.
That's just sick.
Well, that kind of stuff happens here in America. Land of the free. No, that bullshit.
If you can afford it.
Yeah.
Free for who?
People at the Bohemian Grove.
Much freedom as you can buy.
And that's the truth.
Freedom has a price tag. Let's not joke about it.
Well, I mean, all these people think celebrities are free and can do what they want. Hell, they're probably more restricted than we are.
You can never make decisions as a celebrity that can injure your career.
I don't know what to make of the whole celebrity thing, though. If you want to relate celebrity to politics, like in the way, like, you know, when it seems like all of Hollywood comes out and endorses Hillary Clinton, and then they're the first to like just absolutely throw a massive freak out when Trump gets elected. It's like, you know, go back to your fucking Porsche and your fucking mansion and shut the fuck up. You know, I'm sorry. You know, I sat on and going back to C-SPAN again. I watched the Women's March on Washington on C-SPAN, and you know what? It was great. Right up until fucking what's-her-face got up on stage and made a complete...
Jolie.
No. I forgot.
Madonna.
No. Yeah, well, she was awful. I mean, her performance was fucking terrible, let alone the fact that she had to come out and say Donald Trump sucks cock. Wow, that makes our position look really good. Thanks a lot for that, Madonna.
And she was also saying, "I'll suck anybody's dick who doesn't vote for Trump," or something like that.
She thinks about blowing up the White House and stuff.
Yeah, she was going in,
and then like, what's her name there? This Judd.
That's not that. I'm sorry. That just spoke. When I said Angelina Jolie, I meant Ashley.
It's like, yeah, I agree with you. The dude's a dick, but don't diminish your own position by being stupid.
That seemed like a 2:00 in the morning, like drunken rant, started drinking at noon type thing.
Did you see how she totally cut off Michael Moore too? Michael Moore was
no,
up
I didn't
there.
even see anything about
Oh yeah,
Moore there.
Michael Moore was up there giving a speech.
what happened?
And Ashley Judd just grabbed a mic and cut him off and went on her fucking rant.
She Kanye West him, huh?
Oh, big time! But it was just bullshit. It was just like, and then she got off and it was like, okay,
Michael Moore's got like 400 pounds on her. How did you let her take the mic from him?
Yeah,
Women got all the power in the world.
And then she tramps off the stage and is like, oh, wasn't that a great performance? I was like, what do you want, a fucking Oscar for that? And it's like, go back to your fucking. You have no fucking. I'm sorry. You have no dog in this fight. What the fuck are you talking about? Other than that, you have a pussy between your legs. I understand that. We all understand that. We all have mothers. We have sisters. Get off it. She brought that thing down.
Yeah, it's kind of hyper-feminism.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway. It is interesting though that like right after his inauguration, that such a large demonstration was organized not only in D.C. but also in cities all over the U.S. and all over the world.
I thought it was great.
It's one thing I'll say is I like the fact that people are paying attention now.
Right.
And so many people took the election for granted, and then seems to be this kind of grassroots. More progressive movement building now with the town hall meetings and people contacting Washington, voicing their concerns about nominees for different cabinet positions. But it's kind of the counterpart to what the Tea Party was in 2009 and 10, which in 2010, like tons of Tea Party Republicans got elected in a backlash against Obama. Mm-hmm. But it's while I didn't agree with the Tea Party, and there's definitely horrible elements within it, like racist and stuff like that. One thing that I will give it is it got American citizens paying attention to politics and stuff, because no matter which side people are on, when people stop paying attention to politics, that's when politicians start really screwing you when nobody's paying attention. Because it's that's when they stop. They still have their wedge issues out there for us to go and see, but then they're doing these backroom deals where they're all getting paid, and then they go and they retire, and then they're making $5 million a year consulting for this defense company, or they're the head of this big pharma,
you're set for
CEO,
life.
Different stuff.
Yeah.
Because money is really what rules Washington. It's
absolutely.
Democrats and Republicans, they all love money.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And that's not to say that there's not honest people in our politics, because I've witnessed it firsthand. There's some,
but then the system is too strong.
Right. Well, the very first thing is those kind of people are a minority in our government. They're not the majority.
Okay, I feel the same way with cops, though. You can still have people who want to be good cops.
Yeah.
But the system is too strong. Mm-hmm. I mean, when you got supervisors saying you need to pull over more black people, or they're putting you in a black location and saying this is your area.
Yeah.
And then you have 10 cops in this 1 square mile, and then you go to the white neighborhoods or the suburbs, and you got 1 cop per 100 square miles. And so, you know.
Yeah. Yep. No, the disproportionate amount of harassment is fucking bullshit.
Well, I'm just saying the system is too strong. Even for the ones who want to be good, even when it comes to politicians, when it comes to cops, the structure, the structure is too strong.
Do you think that they're delivered quotas?
Yo, I know there is. I've been pulled over.
Several officers.
I've been pulled over.
Racial quotas.
Well, I've been pulled over. Yeah, saying
quotas.
I'm just trying to make quota, but you seem like a nice guy getting off of work. I'm gonna let you go and get the next guy. That's verbatim what the guy.
A quota, just a quota to issue tickets, or a quota to pull over black people. And
well, it's one and the same.
Well, I understand. If you're in a certain neighborhood, you're more likely.
It's one and the same.
Yeah, I can see your point.
I mean, they can still be in
But if you were in Bellevue, and
listen. But that's what I just told you. They have one cop per 100 square miles,
No, but I mean,
and then you go to a rural area and it's 10 cops per 1 square mile. But I'm telling you, even when there's a mixed crowd, that cop is still profiling because he knows. I mean, one of my teachers in senior English, he was a cop. He was a cop full time, and he taught part time, just like first and second and third. He just taught seniors, right? And he didn't give a damn about English. He just taught us really about life. He just told us rules, laws, what cops are going for. And, he said cops are trained to pull over, cars that are beat down with black people in them because those are the people less likely to have insurance, less likely to have representation. Mm-hmm. And so, they're probably already in the system. Those are the ones that you know what I'm saying? So then even if they weren't coming in to the law enforcement like that,
they're
taught a year in,
they're taught to profile.
Right, a year in, that's how they're going to be because that's just what the system taught them. And so when y'all two are driving by, y'all two are in front of me and we're all speeding, they're going to get me if I was even the middle guy. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's just because they're like, we got a higher chance of getting something, of hitting something.
Yep.
Even though, white people are known to do more drugs and violent crimes and all that other shit. But we ain't going to go there. So yeah, it's just...
And we got serial killers on lockdown.
It's just the system is just really what I want to get to because...
People are fucked up regardless of what color their skin are.
But
it's more... The media, but it's more...
The media
cultural, it's more entrenched.
But the media convinces people, though, that black people are the bad guys.
The media perpetuates racism across the board.
I think that's lessened over time if you look at like media reports from like 70s, 80s, 90s, especially.
Bullshit.
You don't think so? Like Reagan's like war on crime, 1980s.
War on drugs?
It got worse when Obama was in there.
The war on drugs is a war on people.
But I'm telling you, it got worse when Obama was in there. Like, you know how many police shootings, home invasions, and raids on black people, just all the killings that happened when Obama was there. And Obama said nothing about the all-time high in the last decade of all these police shootings on black killings and innocent black and raid. He said nothing about it.
Those are happening at such a high occurrence, or is it that they're being recorded at such a high occurrence now because of smartphones?
No, it's going up. Like, police are not giving a fuck now. They're slamming fucking black girls in schools and stuff like that. It happened. It happened a couple of times. Like, it's getting worse. Like, they don't care. They're shooting a dude in the car and let him bleed out with his girlfriend right there and a baby in the car. Like, they don't care.
But definitely, like, in decades past, like 50s and 60s, that stuff like wouldn't even be reported in the media at all. Like,
or they would have, or they
small town.
Well, or they would have concocted a story.
Now it's happening anywhere, though. Like, that's what I'm telling you. So,
or they would have twisted it to villainize.
And then, like I told you, Obama said nothing to help black people. He did nothing to help black people.
Crime overall, like under Obama's administration, fell, as well as violent crime overall fell in the United States.
Yeah. And then,
but headed in the right direction. But we definitely need
it's not headed in the right
and reform of the police departments, big time, in the way that segments of society are treated. And it's really such a big business.
Well, you have to look at the culture of law enforcement too. I mean, you have to look. To me, and I grew up in the burbs, dude. I didn't grow up in the inner city, but I wasn't rich. You understand what I'm saying? I was in that to a certain degree, and then when my parents got divorced, which was pretty early in life, my mom was forced to live on the south side of Syracuse because that's the only place she could afford. Okay? So here I was going to school in the burbs and spending my weekends custody with my mom and stepdad in the city on the south side of in a really, really, really bordered on what you would call, like, when you, the quote-unquote, the bad part of town. You know what I mean? I got to be friends with every single neighbor up and down that street. Black, white, Latin,
with a lot of kids.
Latin, Middle Eastern. No,